Hi, this is Keith with How to Build Your Own Home, and I want to talk about third quarter or even going into this fall of 2024 market conditions. My analysis, my take, should you build, should you not build, stuff like that. I'm going to give you some advice that you're probably not going to hear anywhere else. It's just my perspective on things and where we need to look and how you need to kind of plan and ahead, all right? First thing is the difference between preparedness and predictions. All right, everyone's looking for predictions. What's going to happen with the market? What's going to happen with interest rates? And as a result, they're constantly listening to predictions, and yet they're not prepared for anything. All right, what I want to emphasize today is preparedness. Prepare for in case this, prepare for in case of that. That's the way you need to look at things, especially in the market, if you're looking to own or build. And I want to go through some things that you can prepare for, or the things you should prepare for, okay? Prepare for rate hikes. Just prepare for them, all right? If you need to build and you want to build and you have to build and it's just something that's just a necessity in your life, or you want to just move ahead, get something done, prepare for rate hikes, all right? That's just going to be a fact, and why not look forward to that or look for that to happen rather than a unicorn? Oh, rate hikes are going to come down. Well, what happens is that those in power say that rate hikes are going to come down. They're looking to come down 0.25% or 0.5%. Oh, the stock market goes crazy. Oh, great, happy times again. And everyone's looking for a unicorn. Stop doing that. Just plan for rate hikes to happen. And if that's in your equation, that's within your ballpark, then you're prepared, okay? That means some other things are going to have to happen, all right? Prepare to build in stages. All right. Rather than the ultimate dream home, prepare to build in stages. Now, I just met a gentleman, and he has some land. He's got it paid off, and he actually put in a septic system first to accommodate a certain number of bathrooms down the road. The next thing he's doing is a pavilion. Now, he could build an enclosed structure because that'd be considered an actual livable space. So it's an open pavilion, so he can park his trailer in the open pavilion and therefore build in stages, and he can cash flow all of that. So if the market rate, the interest rates are going to hike up, then you just dive underneath that wave and say, oh, I'll just cash flow it and not take out the money until times are a little better. But at least I'm moving forward. I'm building value and adding value to the property where I want to live. Here's something else. Prepare to buy land first and pay it off first, all right? Too often we're saving money for a down payment on a home, but what's happening is you're taking money, and this is not a financial advice, it's just logic. They take money and they put it into a savings account. What's the return on investment in a savings account versus real estate? At least land. Land has a holding value versus your dollar value is losing purchasing power because of inflation, which I'm not going to talk about today. That's for another video, but it's pretty nasty, and I want everyone to prepare for higher inflation. All right, just put that into your equation. All right, I've been building for over 20 years now, and I have not seen everything, material costs slide down. They take a flat line, they don't climb as much, but they don't suddenly go back to, $2.60 a stud, an 8-foot 2x4. They don't go back to that. All right. Look for owner financing of land if you can. So if you find a piece of land that may have been listed or for sale for a long time, and they may be eager, they may not be eager, go up to them and say, hey, would you owner finance? What does that mean? That means they carry the loan. They carry the note. You now take possession of land, but they can take it back if you don't pay them in full based upon the contract. Any good attorney, any good real estate agent can get you resources to owner finance. I've done that myself. I've owner financed properties, and it was a great benefit to me when interest rates were so darn high. Okay. And I've lived through times where interest rates were high, and I've lived through times where interest rates were low. So you have to find ways around the system if you can. All right. Next one, prepare to build less than you imagine. Just prepare to build less than you have imagined in your mind. And that's why I talk about building in stages. If you can build in stages, then, I can afford that, but I can't afford this. Well, build this and then build this and then maybe build that, and then you'll get that thing that you're trying to get over time. So if you can build in stages, you can chunk it away, or you know that you can take out a loan for that a little bit, it's not going to be a burden to you, then do that. My whole game plan is to help you move forward, to help you progress. The biggest mistake I've made for people is they want to wait for the perfect environment, low labor costs, low material costs, and low interest rate. That doesn't happen, okay? You want to try to capitalize on what's there. And what does exist now? That's the next one home. Prepare to take advantage of lower labor costs. That's happening now. While interest rates are going to stay high or continue to go high, labor costs are hungry. They're looking for work, and quality rises to the top in a down economy. So when there's less building taking place, those who really didn't care about their work get pushed aside because they're not going to get the work, and those who really cared about their quality, they're going to rise to the top. It happens all the time. That's what you have an advantage of now. You have that opportunity to grab labor that's better, higher quality labor, and it might be just a little bit less than it was, 6 months or 2 years ago. Believe me, I live in one of the top fastest growing areas in the country, a lot of building going on, and there's a lot of subcontractors calling me, painters, concrete, framers, up the wazoo, asking me if I'm looking to take on new subcontractors. So the last thing I really want to do to kind of close this out is the difference between a unicorn and a higher incline on your treadmill, okay? When you go for such a long time like we went with really, really cheap money, low interest rates, 2.5%, oh, that's great. We porked it on, we piled it on, we took on all this debt, and we got it for cheap. Now we can't get money for cheap anymore. Oh, now we got to take the incline, and we're at the workout place. We got to work a little harder in order to get the same result. That's just called getting fat and working it off. And just think about the future as working harder for what you want to get by some of these things that I've talked about, and be prepared. This is my best advice for the rest of the year, especially for the third quarter of 2024.